After the noise, I did not go home straight away. The others did. They spoke in tight circles, low voices, already shaping the event into something manageable. A disturbance, a man out of line, something to be dealt with. They are good at that. We all are, but I couldn't follow, so I stayed. The courtyard was almost empty now. The last of the merchants had gathered what they could. A few coins still lay forgotten between the stones, catching what little light remained. A cage door creaked in the evening air, swinging slowly, as though it hadn't decided whether to close or remain open. It was quieter than I had ever known it. Not peaceful, just exposed. I walked where he had walked. I don't know why. Perhaps to prove something to myself, to feel that nothing had changed. That stone was still stone. That order was still intact, but the place felt different under my feet. Lighter. Or maybe I was heavier. I stopped where the first table had fallen. I could still hear it, the crack of wood, the scatter of coins. That sound had not left me. It echoed now, not in the courtyard, but somewhere deeper, inside. I bent down and picked up one of the coins. It was ordinary. Weight, marking, worth, the same as it had always been. So why did it feel like something else now? Why did it feel misplaced? I closed my hand around it, but the thought would not settle. Enough. The word returned. Not loud, just certain. I straightened and looked toward the inner courts. Everything was as it should be. The altar stood. The lamps burned. The structure remained untouched. And yet I had the strangest sense that something had been measured and found wanting. Not the stones, not the system. Me. I exhaled, sharper than I intended. No, I said aloud, though there was no one to hear it. This is how it begins, I told myself. Doubt. And doubt is dangerous. We are not careless men. We do not build on feeling. We build on law, on tradition, on what has been proven and preserved. That is what separates order from chaos. That is what keeps the world from slipping. And yet, he had not argued. That is what unsettled me most. He had not tried to persuade us. No long explanation, no appeal, no defense, just action. And then, a statement. Destroy this temple. I turned the words over again, slower this time. And in 3 days, I will raise it up. It made no sense. It cannot make sense. And still it refused to leave me. I began to walk, out through the great entrance, past the outer courts, into the narrowing streets where the city closed in and the air grew cooler. Night had settled properly now. Lamps flickered in doorways. Voices were softer here, contained, normal. I should have felt relief. I didn't, because the question had followed me. Not spoken, not formed fully, but present, persistent. What if? I stopped walking. The thought hung there, unfinished. I didn't want to complete it. I knew where it led. What if he is right? The words felt almost forbidden. I looked back, though I could no longer see the temple from where I stood. What if everything we have guarded, everything we have maintained, is not what we thought it was? I tightened my grip on the coin still in my hand. No, this is foolishness. One man, one disruption. This will pass. It always passes. But even as I told myself this, I realized something I could not deny. I had not dismissed him. Not truly. Others would. Others already had. But I had seen his face. Not anger, not madness, not ambition. Certainty. And that is far more dangerous. I opened my hand and looked at the coin once more. For the first time in my life, I did not know what it was worth. I let it fall. The sound it made against the stone was small, insignificant, but it carried. And I stood there, in the quiet street, listening to it fade, knowing that something had begun. and I did not know how to stop it.